GSP, why is that fight not happening?
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
If he has no intention of coming back, that's not right. Make happen or, you know, get things moving.
I got no ego. I don't.
Yeah. I understand you don't want to talk about it. Do you believe that maybe outside of Jon Jones, you versus Tom is probably the biggest fight in this division?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Tom Aspinall has had enough. He's done chasing, done hoping, done sitting in the shadows waiting for the UFC to give him what he deserves. The dream fight with Jon Jones? That door is now closed. A fight once seen as the ultimate chapter in his rise. Gone. He's not playing the UFC's game anymore. No more waiting around for what Dana White might do. No more being strung along by promises that never turn into real opportunities. Aspinall has made his choice, focus on the now, and right now that means defending his heavyweight title, most likely against Cyril Gane.
Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the one contender, Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people, and I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. Let's make that happen. Cyril Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon.
For longtime fans, this shift wasn't shocking. They've seen it coming. The UFC dangled the Jon Jones fight like bait again and again. A teaser here, a big promise there, and then silence. For a while, Aspinall played along. He kept answering questions about Jones, stayed in the spotlight, remained part of the buzz. But after Jon Jones gave up the title and Aspinall was officially crowned the undisputed heavyweight champ, everything became clear. Jones might have come out of his so-called retirement, but still, no opponent. And now the UFC's idea of a mega event at the White House? Just more noise.
I'm as big a Jon Jones fan as anybody, and I've always defended he's not afraid of Tom. He's willing to fight anybody. It's hard to not fall into that narrative here, though. You know, like, to me, like, fighting in the White House, like, that doesn't do it. But maybe I'm a different person, you know, maybe everybody looks at it different. For me, like, if you tell me they're going to have a fight at the White House, like, cool, all right, like, it'd be cool to do it. If not, whatever, like, a fight's a fight. Maybe Jon looks at it different.
Aspinall has had enough of the noise. Now he's putting his focus where it matters, the next fight. And it's not just talk anymore. It looks like Cyril Gane will be the one to challenge him. A fight that's been discussed for ages but never materialized. But now, with Jailton Almeida signed to fight Alexander Volkov at UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi this October, the road is finally clear. Almeida had called out Aspinall back in June. Many thought he might be next, but now he's tied up. Volkov too. That leaves only Gane, ranked just below Jon Jones and Aspinall. He's the last top heavyweight without a fight. All signs point to him.
Bill tweeted that he thinks you should be careful what you wish for, and he'll see you in Paris. How do you think you match up against Cyril?
I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple. I've got a lot of power. And I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you.
And fans? They see it too. Reactions to Almeida's announcement came fast. Some said, so this basically confirms Gane's getting the title shot. Others wrote, yup, Aspinall versus Gane is locked. It's what everyone's thinking, but not everyone's happy. Gane's record still raises eyebrows. He barely beat Volkov in a split decision at UFC 310, a fight that even Dana White thought he lost. Before that, he had a solid win over Spivak to bounce back from a brutal first-round loss to Jon Jones in 2023. That fight only lasted 2 minutes and crushed his credibility in title talks. Still, with timing on his side and other contenders busy, Gane is the one left standing, the only one Aspinall hasn't already put away.
Cyril, do you feel like because everyone in your division seems to be just talking about Jon and Tom, that you were being unfairly forgotten as one of the best in the world at your weight?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with this situation, you see, like...
And just when it seemed calm, Jon Jones jumped back into the picture. After giving up the belt and walking away, he suddenly changed his mind. Private talks with Dana White seemed to spark something new. Now he's talking about headlining the UFC's White House card in 2026. He even hinted at fighting whoever's holding the belt by then. But Tom Aspinall isn't waiting 2 years for that, maybe. He's done rearranging his life for Jon Jones's mood swings or Dana White's headlines.
I'll just come out and ask you, do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No.
Jon Jones, I said it a million times, I'll say it again, he's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked anybody, and I think the reality is, whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know, you'd have to ask him that, but he's 38 years old, and I don't know.
Do you think if it was someone like Alex Pereira, he would fight them, and it's maybe Tom that he specifically doesn't fancy?
Aspinall has said it plainly. All he ever wanted was recognition, the belt, the respect, proof that he's the best heavyweight in the world. Now that he has it, why chase a man who clearly has other priorities? Waiting until 2026 for a fantasy card, even if it's at the White House, makes no sense to him. The card isn't even official, no matchups locked, no real commitment, it's just talk. And Aspinall? He's not about talk anymore, he's about action.
Well, it could be for two reasons. It's either that Jon Jones is using a strategy to have more money.
You could say it, GSP. Go for it. Come on, say what you want to say.
But I think that's why he's doing it.
Okay.
If he's doing it just to hold the title, to serve the wave, this is.
What do you think out of the gun, Aspinall, Jon Jones? Prime versus Prime.
Prime, I'll go Jon Jones.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
100%. You won't even give Tom a go at the Prime?
No. Like I said, I rate Jon Jones highly. I believe that he's the best to ever do it. And Tom is a, for now, he's the guy now, you know what I mean?
But if they would have fought, then do you think that Tom had a strong chance because of the timing?
Yeah.
And fighting's always about timing. Boxing.
While others dream about what might happen, someone else has entered the rumor mill, Alex Pereira. Already a champion in 2 weight classes, Pereira has been teasing a jump to heavyweight. He's bulked up to 243 pounds and looks the part. Fans are buzzing about the idea of him facing Aspinall, 2 top-tier strikers. That would be wild. But for now, it's just a dream. Pereira is focused on a rematch with Magomed Ankalaev after losing his light heavyweight title at UFC 313. Until that plays out, his move to heavyweight is just speculation.
Rogan saying that he is supporting the idea of Pereira versus Aspinall. We know Aspinall will do it. He already tried at 300. We know Pereira will do it. He has a chance to set history. Champ is not likely to ever happen to any of us. Again, there's a really big population that wants to see Jon Jones versus Pereira. There's a really big population that would rather see Jon Jones versus Aspinall. The winner of Ankalaev Rachik is going to take on Pereira. Okay, whatever your level of excitement.
Jon Jones finally wants to fight Tom Aspinall, but this time at the White House. I told you guys that Jon Jones was playing chess, not checkers, this entire time. Someone just tweeted this at Jon Jones saying, ducking Tom Aspinall, ? Best decision you ever made, ? Jon responded, choosing when to attack and where you want the battlefield to be is not ducking, my friend. I tried telling every single one of you that Jon Jones was never ducking Tom Aspinall. It's very clear here that Jon Jones is playing.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
Well, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall.
All of this, Pereira, Jones, the White House, is just more noise, and Tom Aspinall is done with noise. While others chase headlines, he's chasing fights, real defenses. He's not interested in building a legacy based on what-ifs. He's making his mark now, in real time, and that's the problem, because the UFC, they love spectacle. They want big names, big stages, and dramatic returns. The White House card? It's a dream for promoters, but Aspinall? He's not here for dreams, he's here for war, and he's tired of waiting for the UFC to catch up. For too long, people questioned if Aspinall was the real champ, while Jones held the belt and stayed inactive. That confusion was supposed to end when Jones stepped away, but then he unretired, and the UFC just let the confusion continue. Tom sees the game now, and he wants out, even though Jones says he'll fight whoever has the title, and even though McGregor and Jones both confirmed they'll return for the White House card. Tom's not interested. He's not rearranging his life for that fantasy, even if Donald Trump himself is involved. Jon Jones gave up his belt after failed negotiations and disagreements with the UFC, but the moment the White House event started to become real, he changed his tune. Suddenly, he was back, talking again, teasing the idea of a championship fight, but did he name Tom Aspinall as his target? Number. He kept it vague. He said he'd fight whoever holds the belt. As of now, that's Tom. But Jones stopped short of calling him out directly. Instead, he tried to paint a patriotic picture. He said it would make sense for an American to defend the country's honor at the White House. All this back and forth just proves what Tom Aspinall already knows deep down. Chasing Jones is pointless. He's done with it. While the rest of the UFC gets caught up in games, politics, and fake promises, Aspinall is locked in. He's preparing to defend his title, most likely against Cyril Gane, since Almeida and Volkov are already booked. He's not waiting on a White House invite. He's not refreshing Twitter to see what Jones posts next. He's moving on while the rest of the division stays stuck in this circus. And then there's McGregor. Yes, Conor McGregor is back too. After breaking his leg in 2021 against Dustin Poirier and sitting out for years, McGregor confirmed he's returned to the USADA testing pool. He says he's serious. He wants in on the White House card. He even told fans directly, he's not joking. He's not teasing. He's coming to do real damage. Whether it's the Oval Office or the Garden Lawn, he plans to show up and make history. If there's one fighter who always finds a way to be part of the biggest moments, it's McGregor. And this is no different. Dana White is pouring gasoline on the fire. He told reporters that he's already walked through the White House with Trump's staff. They're talking design, logistics, everything. According to White, everyone wants to be on this card. He said, "You don't even want to know who's blowing up my phone." His vision? A fight stage set up with the White House behind it, the Washington Monument standing tall in the background. Not just a UFC night, a historic moment in American sports. But behind all that hype, people are starting to ask, what about the fighters like Tom Aspinall? Is this event about real competition or just making headlines? Stipe Miocic, once the top heavyweight in the world, has said clearly he only wants to fight one man, Jon Jones. They were supposed to meet at UFC 295, but Jones got injured. That's when Aspinall stepped in on short notice and knocked out Sergey Pavlovich to win the interim belt. Most thought the next step would be a title unification bout, Jones versus Aspinall, but now the UFC seems more interested in giving Miocic that shot instead. Miocic himself understands why Tom's frustrated. In an interview, he said, "I get it. I'd feel the same." But he also added that the UFC can do whatever it wants. His position is simple. There's only one guy I want to fight. Jon Jones. He doesn't think he's holding up the division. And he's not blaming Aspinall or the fans either, but he's not changing his mind. He's waiting for Jones. This is the real tension at the heart of the UFC right now. Tom Aspinall has done everything right. He stepped up when no one else would. He fought, he won, and he earned the belt. Now, he's ready to defend it. But instead of being celebrated, he's being treated like a backup plan. A side note, the UFC is chasing big names, legacy matchups, and TV moments. Jones versus Miocic sells. Jones and McGregor on the same card sells even more. But Aspinall, even though he's the champ, he's still not the main event when the cameras come on. And it's not just fans noticing. Fighters and insiders are speaking up too. Daniel Cormier said if Jon Jones isn't going to fight, he should just leave. Others believe Jones is playing a negotiation game. He knows Dana White wants this White House card to be the biggest thing UFC's ever done, and with McGregor already in, the pressure is on for Jones to headline too. Meanwhile, someone like Derek Lewis is waiting in the wings. He just scored a huge knockout win and remains a fan favorite in the US. If Jones ducks Aspinall or if Miocic isn't ready, Lewis could easily step in. That kind of choice would show the UFC values popularity and marketing over rankings. Right now, nothing is certain. Everything is speculation. But one thing's clear. This whole card is shaping up to be more about hype than merit. Even McGregor's opponent is still unknown. He's teased names like Islam Makhachev, Ilia Topuria, and even Paddy Pimblett. Nothing's signed, and no one knows if McGregor will even be fully ready. But Dana White doesn't seem too concerned. His goal is building buzz. Matchups? They'll figure that out later. For Tom Aspinall, all of this just confirms what he already believes. Chasing Jon Jones, waiting for Dana's call, hoping to be part of a flashy, politically charged card, it's not worth it. His next step is clear. Cyril Gane is the only top heavyweight not booked or beaten. Despite questions around Gane's last win, the UFC has set it up so he's next. And Aspinall, he's ready. Whether it's in Las Vegas or London, on a massive pay-per-view or a regular fight night, he's focused on defending his belt. No more chasing dreams, no more waiting on Jones, no more gambling for history. He's here, he's now, and he's not stopping. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more.